Nike basketball shoes keep blowing out for Mitchell Robinson. So Mitchell Robinson believes his injury problems this season are related to an assortment of failed Nikes, or at least one of them he literally busted through in an attempt to kind of find comfort and stability for his feet. So after his sneaker sole burst last month in Chicago, the 23-year-old kind of changed his Nike signature lines. He's kind of been bouncing around from at least 3 of them, and then he's kind of picked up small injuries kind of along the way. So this kind of reminds me of whenever Zion was like blowing out of the PG 2.5.
Yeah. Oh, that went crazy.
That went so viral because Zion was just such a big name. That's what we always talked. Zion was like bigger than life in college. It made no sense, but I guess it makes sense because he's literally like an insane talent.
Huge,
but like,
too.
I think it's really ironic actually. Whenever I was looking at this, because the PG5 is actually the shoe that he blew through. So Zion blew through the PG 2.5, and Mitchell Robinson blew through the PG 5 whenever he kind of like fractured his foot or did something like that.
Oh, okay. So I don't know much about Mitchell Robinson. So what is he in the NBA?
He's just like a center for the New York Knicks. So
okay.
I should
Is he a big guy?
that. So yeah, he's a big guy, like 280, 6'10". But you got to think. Like,
okay.
That's something I always try and factor in is like, is the shoe meant to withstand someone that big? Like, you're making a shoe for Zion Williamson?
Right.
Like, it's got to be able to hold him in. Like, Zion's maybe gonna bust through some 2.5s, but like. He said he's actually he's kind of failed with like Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and Paul George's shoe lines. Like he's had issues with all of them, kind of leading to like minor injuries and tweaks and stuff like that. So he said he's still trying to figure out. He said he might end up trying to play in Timberlands.
That's what I was just laughing
about.
We
were reading that. So yeah, he was making jokes like, "Oh, I might end up playing with Timbs." I think the next shoe he said he's going to try out is the Hyperdunk. So I don't know. I just found it interesting that what do you think about just ways to eliminate that, or do you look at this as more of an outlier, like this guy's a huge player, freak injuries like that are going to happen?
But it is kind of interesting to think about that you put that in there, because like all right, so is he signed to anything?
No.
Okay, so I'm assuming like maybe his agent or whoever
probably won't be,
right?
Just a quality big guy in the league.
Yeah. Not going to be a superstar.
It's the 1%
right.
that get shoes.
Right.
So he's just a really quality big guy.
In his perspective, right? He's not going to get a player exclusive, so they're not going to no brand is going to come and go, hey, you're amazing. Like a lot of people are gonna watch your shoe,
unless he went towards Anta. Like some people like Rondo and Klay Thompson have done that. You could probably do that. I don't think it's super hard.
I don't know. The thing with Anta is I don't know how they cater to their players. Is it just like a money, like, hey, we'll pay you $1 million if you sell, and we'll put your name on the shoe, and you get a royalty if you sell the shoe?
Klay Thompson's up there.
Right.
He's with Anta, and he's like well on his line.
Right.
Like an actual shoe line.
Right.
But ones I see like sporadic.
But are they?
Like,
but how well integrated is Klay Thompson with Anta? That's what I know. Are they just using his name, or is Klay Thompson involved actually in the?
Are you talking about like the peak Lou Will from like Amazon? Like
right.
How much is like Lou Will like really
right?
This shoe?
Right. Is it just
like the peak Lou Williams?
Right. Exactly.
I didn't know about that until we reviewed it.
So the only thing I can think about, Mitchell Robinson, like he's got a pretty big issue, because if he keeps blowing through shoes and he causes injuries, like what do you do? Like you can't just go to a sneaker manufacturer and be like, hey, make me a shoe. Like, do you get like custom made or I don't know, like if nothing can hold him?
I have an easy counter question to that though, because like this dude's bigger than you. He's not the biggest of the big, and they're playing okay. So it's like, part of me wonders if this is like, oh, I'm dealing with injuries right now, and these shoes just aren't good enough. It's like, what about the 7-footers?
Right, the excuse.
What about the 7-footers?
Right.
Like, what are they wearing? Maybe they're wearing different stuff. Like, maybe whenever you get up to that range, you need to wear more of like the less comfortable, more durable type options.
Right.
Like not the stuff with this much cushion, this much stuff that will just your foot's not going anywhere.
Right.
Maybe like the Hyperdunk line.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about it. I mean, I don't know how many solutions there are, but if he keeps blowing out and he's running out of options, it should be pretty interesting to see him running and actually go in boots.
There's no way. No one is going to put him on the floor if he walks on Timberlands. There has to be.
Bro, that means we'd have to do some shoe reviews of the Timbs. Can you imagine the traction on that? Doing that? I cannot
imagine the traction. I can't imagine the rolled ankles because your foot just won't give. Like, because it's just so flat. That's the thing. Like, the basketball shoe's got to be curved a little bit. You got to be able to.
That'd be hilarious.
Thanks for watching this clip of the Laced Up Show.
To watch the full episode, click here. And to subscribe for more sneaker-related content, click here. But until next time, peace.